Hello, welcome back to the FESS Showcase, where we look at devs, games, publishers, and always a few other things. 2025 has been an interesting year in gaming, with Expedition 33 winning a lot of awards, and Silksong finally coming out, while we all wait on Half-Life 3. It's this time of year again, where it's the end of the year, so it's time for what I like to call a post-mortem, what a lot of people like to call a post-mortem of. Let's look at this series as a whole and see what has happened this year. Yeah. Showcased were 72 games, and about 8 mods. The 8 mods I can be a little more sure on because, yeah. With the 72 games, it might be more like 71. It's just a lot, It's kind of hard to tell everything. Might be 70 games for all I know. But I know that a lot of stuff was shown off on the channel this year, and I had fun doing it. There might even be more because of FESS Mini. But this year has been an interesting year for the Saturday Showcase, mostly because showing off all these games, there's a lot of differences. And one of the things I tried doing was to push for mods, to do more mods, do some more unique stuff. And it was a bit more difficult than the previous year in 2024, but I think we had fun with it. I had fun with it. We all enjoyed it. I say we because I include Pickle in the fact that I forced him to play a few games in there. And 2026 will hopefully be not super different. Showing off more mods, showing off more games, just going with the flow, introducing new things, like FESS Mini, which one has been released by the time this video comes out. I don't know if there's going to be any more. Probably not. But this idea that I can showcase a game in about a minute, or 2 or 3, because shorts are 3 minutes now, and there are some games that deserve, or I'm not going to say deserve it, but some games that need a shorter time span because it's more so what is the game, who is it by, what does the gameplay look like, versus, hey, we're going to play it for 20 minutes and get bored and start insulting it if it's co-op. Otherwise, it'll just be me playing a game, whether I enjoy it or not. But sometimes, even if I don't enjoy it, it's still something that needs to be, or should be shown off because it is good. It's just not something I enjoy. Like, it may just not be to my preference. And I feel like that's going to be one of the things that comes up in 2026. And something that we have to look forward to is, according to SteamDB, there were 19,000 games released on Steam in 2025, which is about 500 more than 2024. And I know that number is going to go up because it's December and this came out a few days ago. Now it's about mid-December. So that number is going to continue to rise. And what's worrying about this number is more so the idea that, or the numbers, the stats behind this, that about half have fewer than 10 reviews of those games that came out. And if we dig even deeper into that, only about 3,000 have 100 or more Steam reviews. Now, those you could argue are going to be your more AAA titles, or it's going to include that, indie titles that broke out, stuff that people found, right? But there are so many games that are not going to just have an instant breakout, and you're never going to hear them. And that's why I think that the Saturday Showcase is so important, and why I promote it, and why I push this idea that other people showcase games, or just play games, Because it's not just one person that is doing this. I can show off a game, someone else can show off a game. We all can show off games, on social media or on YouTube, and have a wide collection of people that are all looking forward to what games come out. And it's interesting, and it's going to get harder and harder to find new games or unique games if we have 19,000 coming out in a year, right? Where if you're keeping on top of what's coming out in the year, you're going to be fine. But there's just so many. And that's not counting all the games that probably should be released on itch or GameJolt instead, because they're newer developers learning. These games are their learning tools. Or developers that are just taking pre-made assets and just spamming out as many games as they can to try to make a quick buck. It's going to be worrying about what this number really means. And that doesn't include AI, where everybody wants to use AI to write scripts, to set up voices, to set up stories, to set up game design. AI is a tool to use as a game developer. It's not a tool that is a cure-all. Let's use it everywhere. That's something that can just easily be argued. Like, if I'm trying to find games that are similar, I could search it up, I could ask other people, I can throw the question into AI, and it can generate a few based on how things are worded. And then I cross-reference everything together. It's not just one thing, you're using multiple tools, because that's all it is. It's another tool in the tool belt that you can use, that you possibly should use, but it's not meant to be something to just only use. The best way to think about it is it's a scalpel in the right hands, it's a mallet or a sledgehammer in the wrong hands. And most people in the modern day are using it as a sledgehammer. And that's not helpful for you, not helpful for me. But back to this, it's that when we look at these numbers, I'm worried, but I also have to bring myself back and think about how I'm showcasing games and mods that I enjoy, and other people are showcasing games and mods they enjoy. So hopefully games get the recognition they deserve if they're really good. So let's move on to some better thinking, right? Like hope. Be hopeful, not doubtful. And if you are a game developer and you want your game showcased, contact me in some way. There's a business email. I complained about using it in another video, but it's fine. There's the Steam Curator Connect or Steam Curator page where you can use Curator Connect. There's Twitter or in a comment section or any way. Like, I'm open. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what games come out this year, but also looking back and seeing what games I have on my list that came out in 2024 or 2023 that just, I don't know, I want to show them off because they deserve a little bit more recognition. 2026 is going to be an interesting year, just because there are so many games that were announced at the Game Awards that I am interested in, and that we're getting a new game from Frictional. We're hopefully getting Half-Life 3, based on all the data mining, based on all the information about release times. We're going to be getting a new game in the Remedyverse with Control 2 or Control Resonant. It's going to be it's going to probably be a really good year in gaming. It's just, everybody is going to need to take a step back, take a breath, and realize that there are a lot of games that are going to interest us this year. But we need to all take into account that not every game needs to be shown off perfectly on Steam. Games can be released on itch. You don't need to pay the $100 to Steam because, well, they don't always need it. You can go release on itch, especially if it's one of your first games. But if you think you have what it takes, advertise yourself, push yourself, showcase yourself on like Wishlist Wednesday or Screenshot Saturday or times like those where people on social media are asking for people to show off their games or show off their projects. Take it this year as the year to showcase yourself, because it's going to be harder and harder to showcase yourself, and one of the best ways to do it is just do what everybody else is doing, and don't do it in the piss poor way of, oh, I'm just going to sit back and relax. My game is going to be viewed by people. Actually promote your game on social media, whether it's making YouTube shorts of how you're making the game or answering questions that are problems. Or maybe just, what is the game? Making posts on Instagram with some photos or videos. This year is not just a year for people to show off your game. It's a year for you as a developer or a creator to showcase your game. Do it in any way you feel safe doing, but also feel right doing. If you're a player, take this chance or take this time to understand that maybe customize your discovery queue. Identify like which games or which tags you like on Steam. Go to itch. Explore itch for the first time. Explore GOG for the first time. Explore modding websites for games that you love and want to play more of. Game Banana, Nexus, ModDB. Go on IndieDB if you want to see games while they're being developed sometimes. It's one of those things of everybody, whether you're dev or you're a player, I can only show so much, and I'm going to say it is, I think we did a good job this year as a channel, because there are just so many, and I tried my best, and I feel like I did a good job, and I know next year I'm going to be changing up the formula a bit, but I'm saying that this year is a year for not just us to try something new, or for me to try something new with the channel, but also for viewers, try something new. Check out your discovery queue, or check out a new site. Go figure out what games you really enjoy, and break out of the mold of, oh, I only play RTS, so I'm only interested in RTS. Try something new. You might find a genre you like, or even a game you like. Make some new friends. Play with your old friends. Just, I don't know, have some fun. Let this year be the year of breaking out of the mold and trying something new. And yeah, trying new stuff with FESS. We're going to try some new stuff with FESS Mini. As I said, I'm going to be trying to change the editing style of FESS because I think it's fun. I think it works, but there are other times where I think it could be updated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to 2026, and it'll be an interesting year for the FE Saturday Showcase, and I hope you've all enjoyed the showcase thus far, because in year 3, we're going to hopefully we're going to do something good enough, right? We'll try to do something well. But, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.